CCS 101.1 FM. Let's allow these two fellows to introduce themselves so you can tell whose voice belongs to who. From the Indiana County Technology Center, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Todd. It's nice to be here. Mike McDermott, the principal of ICTC.
Eric Palmer, the director.
And there we go. We're talking ICTC in the summertime. Is it all that much different?
Well, obviously, without the students and, more importantly, without a lot of the faculty on the high school end, a lot less activity within the school itself. However, our maintenance crew is busy updating the program areas. In fact, we're painting two or three of our program areas, trying to give it a nice, clean, crisp look. So still a lot of activity, just not as many bodies around.
Yeah, there you go. And, of course, the summer activities continue, and you continue to get ready from an academic standpoint for the coming season. So what's our topic today?
Well, we have a summer camp starting on Monday for students in Indiana County, or for that matter, if you can hear my voice as a parent and you're looking for an activity for your son or daughter going into grades 5, 6, 7, or 8. We have a summer camp starting on Monday, and it'll run through Thursday, 4-day camp. And it includes a multiple experience in our program areas. So a great experience for a young student that's just interested in either the academics or some sort of activity, anything from learning how to lay a block in masonry to learning how to tack a weld in welding. We're going to take an interesting trip on Thursday morning over to Clark Metals and tour their facility and learn a little bit about machining and the industries locally. So should be a great experience.
Yeah, and when you get them that young and open up an area of interest that maybe they didn't even know existed in their lives, that must be pretty special for them.
It really is, Todd. We always say you can't aspire to be something you don't know exists. So this is really an opportunity for them to take a look into 5 or 6 different career paths or occupations, and even if they don't choose to pursue one, to get a peek at what that world looks like and get some hands-on activity in it, and maybe make their schooling a little more relevant as they think back about, that was fun. I remember how I had to use math in welding or in masonry or in some of the other programs. So it's going to be exciting for them.
That sort of real-life exposure also, it does. It should focus them in their classes to say, okay, I need to pay attention in this class that I've sort of been coasting through here in my elementary years because there's a real-life application there.
Yeah, there definitely is, and I think they're gonna see that. They're gonna have a lot of fun too. The instructors that came back to run these camps, they're really putting together some fun activities for the kids that are really going to engage them. So, I think there's still time. If a parent out there wants to do a late ad in there, absolutely give us a call. We got a few more spots left we can get them into. I think it'll be a nice break from the summer monotony if they're sitting at home watching the tube. Get them in for something a little more engaging.
Absolutely. Now, is there a cost?
$160, and that covers all 4 days. So cheaper than daycare. We'll take care of them for the day. The camp runs from 9 until 2. It includes lunch during the day, and then we'll have a morning session in one of our program areas, and then in an afternoon session we'll switch program areas. And then we'll just keep that process for 4 days so that the students will actually experience 8 different program area type activities, and it'll be a great week, great experience.
Yeah, and I'm sure that one of the primary things that you want to point out to them is that education is fun, and summertime is summertime, so you need to have fun at these.
Oh, absolutely. It just gives the students an option that they can come and rather than always an athletic type activity or necessarily get them out of the house from watching the television or playing the games, just to engage them, and they get to meet other students as well. It's an awful lot of fun for them. Yeah.
So it's again for kids. What's the age range or grade range?
Going into grades, so grade levels 5, 6, 7, and 8 for this upcoming school year, and it should be very fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it does sound like a lot of fun. So what else is going on at ICTC this summer?
Well, we're wrapping up a couple years where we really concentrated on our manufacturing cluster, our welding and our machining program. Over the last couple years, we brought in over, I'd say about $300,000 in grants and donations to upgrade the equipment in those program areas. And we did that because we saw a need in the local area, push from our manufacturers for qualified employees to take those spots. And we said, well, we want to do our part. And that concentration, as we look at our enrollment numbers for next year in those areas, we're filling up quick. So we saw that it worked. So next year we're listening to industry again, as we often do. And as you look around, it's that construction season. You see the new houses going up. You see commercial construction. You see road construction. And we hear from our construction folks in the area, boy, can you give us some more? Can you give us some more? We're having struggles with that qualified workforce. So use this opportunity to kind of kick off over the next year or two. We're going to renew an emphasis on our construction programs, and we're going to be out there educating a little bit on the pathways that you can take in those fields. So our HVAC program, our carpentry program, our masonry program are all going to get some attention over the next few years, both as we go out and talk about them and then internally as we work to kind of upgrade them.
It's interesting you say that because the county commissioners were here yesterday, and Commissioner Baker mentioning driving north and seeing signs for carpenters, people wanting to hire carpenters, people who are qualified as carpenters. Commissioner Ruddick was talking about the cracker plant and all of the skills that are going to need to be developed from an educational standpoint in our young folks to fill the jobs that will be available at the cracker plant and the industries that support the cracker plant, because it's sort of like a spider web. The cracker plant might be at the center in Beaver County, but it's going to spread out all across Indiana County. And as administrators at ICTC, you know, and I'm sure you've heard from our lawmakers and everybody else, that education needs to be the driving force behind developing this workforce.
An exciting note on that I'll put in real quick, because the one commissioner you didn't mention was Commissioner Hess.
Yeah.
And we're talking and we're excited. I'll throw a teaser out there about some of the possibilities in the sustainable energy field too.
Yeah, she talked about the task force.
So we're going to be a participant in that and see what direction that can take for our younger folks to get engaged in that. So really exciting.
And we've made a lot of connections with business and industry. We're strong in the local carpenters union as well. So we really give our kids a full experience, give them an opportunity to not only learn the skills of the trade, but then get connected with that next step, that industry person or that business, and give them their first step out into the workplace. And it's not only for the high school age students. A lot of people in Indiana County associate ICTC as a branch of our sending schools. It's also for adults who are looking for an opportunity to come and learn a skill and a trade and get connected with a new line of work.
Yeah, and especially in summertime, that's when we begin to really look at what's happening in the adult education field. Even though there are programs going all year long, in the summer we think, okay, the school kids, they're at home, they're getting set for a new academic year that will start in the fall. But for the adults, adult education goes on continually.
And our adults should be looking at those opportunities too. I'm thinking back to last year in our graduating class, we had 5 or 6 adults coming out of our HVAC program that graduated, came across our stage and had a terrific experience, and I gauged that on whether they met their objective. They came in saying, I need the training to get a better job. They left all employed in the HVAC field. Without hesitation, with folks still calling us saying, are there any more? So I think that marks the success in that program, and getting jobs all over. If you plan to stay in the area or you don't, a few of our students got jobs in the Pittsburgh area, probably even easier than they did here, scooped up because they're well trained. So, yeah, adult education. We're enrolling in those construction programs, and I think the potential is good.
There are probably people listening this morning who are saying to themselves, well, I'd like to get involved, but I don't know how. I'm out of a job, or I'd like to transition to a better job, or I just don't have the skills. Where do they learn? Where do they go to learn about what ICTC has to offer?
Yeah, you can first check on our website. We recently overhauled our website. It's looking great. A lot of information there. ICTC.edu. They can check us out there. They can give us a call, 724-349-6700. Ask for adult education, and you'll get over there. Great staff and group of people that are going to help you through that entrance process. If you're hesitant because you think it's complicated or difficult, We have someone full-time working on financial aid for our adult students, putting that financial package together to make sure it's affordable for you. Great admission staff helping you get through the process. So you just give us a call, even if you're thinking about it, and we can get you in.
Yeah, it's interesting, Eric, that you say that, because I was just thinking there are probably people who are hesitant to get back into an educational environment because it's been 15, 25, 30 years since they've been in an educational environment, and they say, I can't do that. I can't be a part of that. It's not true.
Well, no, learning is a lifelong process, and you'd be surprised how when the adult students, especially when the high school students are in our building as well, and they all blend together, and a lot of the information and knowledge that the adults have, they pass on to our young students, and a lot of the enthusiasm and that eagerness that our students have pass on to the adults. So it's a great combination that we've been able to have at the ICTC. So I would invite any adult learner out there that just give it an opportunity, give it a chance, give it a look. And if you're looking for new skill and new opportunity, ICTC is a great first step, and hopefully it works for you.
Classes starting all the time, and all they need to do is get in touch with ICTC. Website again, Eric?
ICTC.edu.
Very easy. Very easy. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in this morning.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
We appreciate it. And again, for those parents of kids in those entering grades 5 through 8, if you want to take part in that wonderful camp activity that starts on Monday, you said, Mike?
Correct, Monday, and that same number, 724-349-6700.
There you go.
Just ask for summer camp, and the secretary will direct you my way.
They'll take care of you. Very good. All right, it's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and it's AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM.